that have never materialized to try and regulate these churches? Where are we, and is there any push that could go beyond the parliamentary level, the committee level, where even the latest attempt for regulations has reached?
Okay, first of all, the question of faith is a very complicated question, and that's where we have the problem, like the investigative piece that you showed. Whenever it comes to issues of faith, everything becomes very complicated. I'll tell you this, we had many people who died in the Shakahola massacre. The Senate passed a resolution that I chair a committee to investigate what happened in Shakahola. Together with other senators, we went to Shakahola. We involved all stakeholders. When I say stakeholders, I'm talking about all the religious organizations, both the big organizations, the small organizations. We called professors who teach religion and who are involved in matters religion. We talked to ordinary followers. We talked to victims of the Shakahola massacre. We talked to relatives who are still looking for bodies. And we all agreed that there was need to regulate religion in this country. And indeed, some of the professors came and demonstrated that in certain countries, you can't do what is happening here in Kenya. In Nigeria, for example, you cannot have live miracles on television. You know, that is not allowed. In Rwanda, they just banned all the churches, you know. There's no operating churches there for a long time. And they had to tell them, go and get certificates, prove that you have a place that you can call a church. They did so many things to regulate churches, you know. You remember in Uganda, there were people who were locked in a church because of their faith, and then they just banned there, you know, and so on and so forth. We brought in the security people to ask them what was happening, what is, you know. So we did a lot of work and we compiled a report. The report said that there is need for us to bring in an act of parliament. So we went into that process. We prepared the law, the documentation. It went for first reading, and that's when now everybody woke up and they said, no, we want to kill religion, we want to fight religion, we want to, and so on, you know. So a lot of negotiations. I was called to a meeting of over 2,000 preachers. I'm a Christian myself. I believe in miracles. I believe that God can heal and everything. So some of the people who are calling me to a meeting in Nairobi were people who actually even came from home, you know. People that I highly respect. So we went to listen, and their request was very simple. Let us suspend this process. We want you to allow us, the religious organizations, to come up with self-regulation, the way the media has done it, Law Society and other professional organizations have done. And I said, fair enough. But I said, look, the president we have now is very pro-religion, and he supports religion, but we need a framework. And the problem is, if our president doesn't get this thing done, you might get another person who does not like religion, but is elected by the people. And so it is a time when we need to have these regulations in law. So I made my case, but they also insisted that they would bring in regulations, they will bring in a law. And remember, my work was also going on as much as the one that the president had appointed under Reverend Mutama Musimi. So they said that it is better for them to work. So I assumed it is the one of Mutava Musimi they wanted. So I said, okay, fine.
So you pulled back?
Yeah, because I told them, look, if you want, we can amend the sections that are not good for you, and then we move ahead so that we have a regulated religious atmosphere in the country. But if you also believe that this thing should be restarted, then I will fold back, which I did, because that was the agreement. However, up to now, that law has not moved.
Yes. And the question is, Bwana Pugisio, it appears that the biggest challenge we have in